Hello, young man. I'm glad you're here to listen to what I have to say. Today we're going to talk about a very important topic, something that can change your life for the better. You see, being a hero isn't just about having superpowers or a fancy suit. It's about the choices you make every day. It's about being brave, being kind, and being true to yourself. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, but what if I'm not brave? What if I'm not kind? Well, let me tell you something, young man. Bravery and kindness aren't things you either have or you don't. They're skills that can be learned, and they're skills that can be practiced. Think about it like this. When you're learning a new language, you don't just wake up one day and suddenly you're fluent. No, you have to practice every day. You have to make mistakes. You have to learn from those mistakes, and you have to keep pushing forward. It's the same with bravery and kindness. You have to practice them every day. You have to push yourself to be a little braver, to be a little kinder, and to be a little more true to yourself. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's always going to be simple. But what I am saying is that it's worth it. Because when you're brave, when you're kind, and when you're true to yourself, you start to notice something amazing. You start to notice that the world around you changes. People start to treat you differently. They start to look up to you. They start to respect you. And they start to want to be around you. And it's not just about how other people treat you. It's about how you feel about yourself. When you're brave, when you're kind, and when you're true to yourself, you start to feel a sense of pride. You start to feel a sense of purpose. You start to feel like you're making a difference in the world. Now, I know that some of you may be thinking, but what about when things get tough? What about when I'm faced with a challenge that seems impossible? Well, let me tell you something, young man. It's exactly in those moments that you need to be brave, that you need to be kind, and that you need to be true to yourself. Think about it like this. When you're in a difficult situation, you have two choices. You can let fear take over. You can let doubt creep in, and you can give up. Or you can take a deep breath, you can stand up straight, and you can face that challenge head on. You can be brave, you can be kind, and you can be true to yourself. I'm not saying it's always easy. I'm not saying it's always simple. But what I am saying is that it's worth it. Because when you face your fears, when you overcome your doubts, and when you stay true to yourself, you start to realize that you're capable of so much more than you ever thought possible. Now, I want to share a story with you. It's a story about a young man who was faced with a difficult challenge. He was faced with a choice between doing what was easy and doing what was right. And in the end, he chose to do what was right. He chose to be brave. He chose to be kind. And he chose to be true to himself. And you know what happened? He felt a sense of pride. He felt a sense of pride. He felt a sense of purpose. And he felt like he was making a difference in the world. And I want you to know that you can feel that way too. You can feel that sense of pride, that sense of purpose, and that sense of making a difference in the world. All you have to do is be brave, be kind, and be true to yourself. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. And I'm not just talking about big things. I'm talking about small things too. I'm talking about being kind to the person sitting next to you. I'm talking about being brave in the face of a difficult conversation. And I'm talking about being true to yourself even when it's hard. Because when you're brave, when you're kind, and when you're true to yourself, you start to notice something amazing. You start to notice that the world around you changes. People start to treat you differently. They start to look up to you. They start to respect you. And they start to want to be around you. And it's not just about how other people treat you. It's about how you feel about yourself. When you're brave, when you're kind, and when you're true to yourself, you start to feel a sense of pride. You start to feel a sense of purpose. You start to feel like you're making a difference in the world. Now, I want to leave you with a challenge today. I want to challenge you to be brave, to be kind, and to be true to yourself. I want to challenge you to take a deep breath, to stand up straight, and to face your fears head on. I want to challenge you to be the best version of yourself, to make a difference in the world, and to leave a lasting impact. And if you feel this talk helpful, don't forget like and subscribe. And if you want to be a more grateful person, you can donate on the Patreon account. Link on description. See you soon, friend.